Welcome back to Pokémon.
Pokémon, we're still not playing the game.
I'm Safari Boy still.
Yep.
Ooh, Nidorina's showing up. I'm gonna get it. Guys, in case you didn't know, this is post-commentary because we lost the audio.
Yeah, and just to give you guys a recap, remember that after this episode and one more, it's gonna go back in time, but it's gonna be back to us.
So there might be some bits and stuff we referenced that may have been lost, but if they are, we'll try and like put a disclaimer on screen that like explains what we're talking about.
I doubt it's gonna be like impossible to figure out.
It won't be huge.
I doubt it's gonna be impossible to figure out. Yo, Arbok has Intimidate, doesn't he?
I think some of them do, yeah.
Like, don't you love it when you're playing Pokemon and you remember something about a Pokemon that you didn't remember, and then you're like trying to apply it to competitive Pokemon? It
looks like we went a little bit longer in this episode. We must have been doing something important.
I think just a few minutes longer.
I think it's because I got excited because I get that experience.
We'll see what. Yeah, I don't remember what order things happened. I know. I remember a lot of stuff that went down.
I think at some point I just went a little crazy because everyone was giving me ideas for stuff.
Yeah.
What am I teaching right now?
Your team is looking good, dude.
Surf.
Your team's looking good. What am I gonna teach Surf to? What do I have? Can Blissey learn Surf? I mean, Clefable?
I think it can. I think you got a Pokemon. Either you gave it to Clefable or you got a Pokemon. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, because I get rid of Flareon, I think, eventually.
Yeah, you say, fuck this.
I can't remember if I got rid of the Flareon before or after these Lost episodes. But I know that we did. I think that when we come back to live, we're going to have Alakazam in them, right?
Yes, when episode 36, we'll have Alakazam and Golem. And Gengar.
Wait, so we shot up to 35.
Yeah.
Understood.
No, didn't we?
We shot till 34. 35 will be the one we come back on. Like.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But didn't we do it between Norm's episodes and the other episodes?
No, it was the after we did those. We did an extra session.
That's weird. I thought I remembered Norm being there when we were doing that. But
no.
Maybe I'm crazy.
No.
That level 30 Persian life. Level 30 Persian. Pretty boy swag.
All right.
Yeah, at this point we're still going in on this on these Pokemans.
Look at you trying to catch this Venonat right here. Just bold throw.
I think you get it.
I think you do, yeah. Look at that.
Boom.
Oh, no, and it runs. Oh no, watching.
Did I forget the key? Or the code or whatever?
No, you're there.
I know you. You ruined our plans.
It's because you guys are bad guys.
They're bad guys. So Jerry is happy.
Good.
Wants to know.
I hope he's happy.
Glad to hear that, Jerry.
I'm not.
Whoa!
What are your opinions about school?
School's tight. Don't go to college unless you know why you want to go.
If you go, I think what it should be is if you go to college, make sure you go to a specialist school that generally, in my personal experience, going to college depends. Like your resume. The name of where you go to college is almost more important than your actual education.
Sort of, but like at the same time, like you shouldn't spend money on college, period, if you're like, I'll just figure it out when I get there what I want to do. Like I think going to college undeclared is like the dumbest shit ever. And
it's not that you're dumb. It's a waste of time and money on your end.
I get it. I get like the line of thinking, but as somebody who went through it and got like bizzle-bopped by life, you know, like that's why people joke about millennials is because we all got tricked. Into thinking that we needed to go to college and that everybody could be
whatever they want.
A famous person, you know, whatever. Like,
we talk about student debt.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't think going to college is dumb by any means. I think college is amazing, and I wouldn't even take back the things that I learned from college. Like, I'm glad I went to college. I don't think I'd be as good of a reader or writer if I didn't go to college.
I agree with me on that.
But for the average person, I just want to dispel the rumor, like the notion, not the rumor, the notion that you need to go. There's plenty of ways to be successful and, like, you know, be responsible that don't require you to have gone to college.
If I could do it all over again, I would spend more time socializing because I spent a lot of time. It wasn't until my last 2 or 3 years where I was really a social butterfly. Those first 2 years of college, my only friends were Greg and Frazier, and I barely saw them because I was
busy.
I was like a recluse. I didn't want to go out. I was depressed.
Yeah, you know, some people do have that like kind of issue when they get out there first, because you're like, especially if you go away from where you live normally.
Yeah.
You're just like out there like, what the fuck am I doing here? But like, The institution of school, best thing. I wish we always had to be in school.
I wish I could learn all the
It's
time.
regimented,
Yeah.
you know. It's
I dig that.
consistent.
It's like being in jail, but everything that happens there is good, and you can
What?
go to Starbucks and drink. What?
That was a weird analogy.
Like, you know how like you're in jail and it's like, from this time to this time, do this. From this time to this time, do this. All right, everybody go to sleep.
I don't know if you know how jail works, but
It is.
okay.
You know what I mean? Like you have like a schedule. Like you can only do the stuff you're allowed to do. Like if you have a college schedule,
Yeah, I guess so.
like full schedule, like you're pretty busy all the time, and sometimes you got to work your way through college too.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying like if that's what you got to do, it is a lot to go to college. It's a big responsibility to take on in your life, and you know, if you know what your job is and it's better for you to go to college, do it. But also like if you know what your job is and it's not better for you to go to college, don't.
Yeah. Next question.
This is from Wintry Shram.
Real quick though,
Oh,
I just want to say one more thing. Unless college was free,
real talk.
in which case we should all go to college.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to the government. All right.
This is from Wintry Shram.
Say that one more time.
Wintry Shram.
Wintry Shram.
Shram.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying shrimp, and I was like,
Shrimp,
there's no
scrimp.
way that's how you
We're
actually
going back
say
to
shrimp.
scrimp.
Endless scrimp.
Endless scrimp, dude. Oh my god.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
It's a poop festival.
Don't do it.
It's a diarrhea salad.
It's never happened to me.
Somehow can make any word sound awful.
You mean the word diarrhea?
No, like you
Diarrhea.
can, even just you saying
Diarrhea.
sure. All right, next question.
Wintry Shram wants to know, what is your dream VR game / experience?
Ooh. I know Gerard probably has some opinions on this because he's very experienced in VR.
I am very much into VR. I would love to do a Power Ranger VR game.
Power Ranger, like in the
fighting,
Zord.
like fighting a putty would
That'd
be
be
sick.
cool.
Oh, I thought you meant like in the Zord.
That would be cool too. I think it'd be weird, but it'd be cool.
I would love like a museum. I would love like a non-active VR experience. That would be really cool. Like,
Those exist.
yeah, I know. Like, but I'm trying to think like of something that would like work really well and wouldn't make you sick. Something
Okay.
where you can like teleport around, but it's not weird. You know,
Yeah.
like something where that's like a fun way to get around, as opposed to like LA Noire, where like it seems weird to teleport, and so you try and run, and it feels weird to run. Like a museum that's filled with like secrets and puzzles, almost like The Witness, but VR, but like with like where you like sit in a chair like in the world of the game, like maybe like the Time Machine.
Sure.
You know, in the Time Machine, he like sits still and you can like move time forward and back around you.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
It's a good one.
Yo, look at that Parasect.
I love Parasect and Paris.
Too bad they're terrible.
They're all right.
Why do you
Dweible's
like
better.
bad Pokemon? Are you Bradley? Bradley likes bad Pokemon too.
Don't talk shit. Don't talk shit. You're not learning any lessons from Pokemon. That's what I'm learning, Chris.
Wow.
You
I
gotta
got
listen-
8 left. 8 left, boys.
You got to listen to the true. You got to listen to the true message behind Pokemon. What's her name? Whitney?
Wintry.
No, Whitney.
Oh, from Gen 2?
The one who says strong Pokemon, weak Pokemon doesn't matter.
I'm better than you.
Doesn't matter. I'm better than you.
Weak Pokemon, strong Pokemon, doesn't matter. I'm better than you. Oh, yeah.
Lieutenant Surge, brother. Oh yeah. I fought with your father in the war. Oh yeah.
Great.
I wish that was a real... I wish that was the show.
was ready.
All right, this question comes from Jeremy Weiser. And he says, Alex,
Yes.
do you still go to the Jack in the Box from the quote-unquote The Story?
No, but it's only because I don't live there. I totally would.
Did you call corporate on them?
No, fuck no. Why would I put somebody's beautiful love on blast like that?
Well, if
Man,
it was that beautiful, you would not have gone back into the line to get your food.
I wanted my fucking tacos. I'm not gonna just be like, oh, yeah, but also don't give me my tacos.
Excuse me, could you guys not go down each other and give me some tacos, please?
No,
man.
please, give me the tacos.
I would have lost my shit had I stopped. Like in
They
a
probably,
good way.
if they have to do that at work, they're probably not out of the closet. They're probably like,
They probably got some
It's
stuff
probably
going
some
on.
like forbidden ass romance. Who am I to like take away their jobs for that.
But you really want those tacos.
Yeah, they're good. And they're cheap, which, like, you know, it's tight. And I got to come through for my buddies.
Oh, yeah, because you were getting it for friends.
Yeah. You know what? You fucking showed me in this series, like, something that I completely skip in every game is the Safari Zone. I do as little as possible in there. And
personally, I love the Safari Zone. I get lost for hours.
This is tight. You're like,
because to me, it's like, look at these Pokemon that are really cool that you can't really get anywhere else, and that you're anxious to find because you're like they can't, like a Rhyhorn or like a Chansey,
fucking Scyther.
Fucking Scyther showing up here.
You're proving to me that the Safari Zone is tight, and I am going to actually go and use it.
See, here's why I do the save
You're
state.
like, fuck that. I'm not losing Scyther.
I'm not losing Scyther. I want him in my team.
Yeah, because we rock it, and we're going, okay, let's try this.
Exactly.
This is from Echo the Third.
Okay.
And this is actually a cool question. Do toxic opinions on things you love hurt your ability to love them more? For example, if someone said something horrible about Mega Man X, do you think those horrible things would you think about those horrible things when you play it again, or do you shrug it off and forget, asking for a friend?
It's like it's the same way that, like, it depends. Like, it's like if a bully says something to me, like, hey, you, like, I don't know, if somebody says something racist, or I don't know, it depends on if it rings true to me or not. If somebody says something about my game that I love, and it's like, oh wow, like, you know, I guess you like love cockfighting, or you like support animals, you know, dogfight. This might as well be dogfighting or something like that.
Because of Pokemon,
about Pokemon, you know. And I'm like, oh shit, I do feel like I might be like propagating a culture of like violence towards animals. Like, if I feel that, then I'm like, shit. But like, I don't think that about Pokemon, obviously. And so it doesn't matter. Like, if I think their opinion is right, then I feel bad and I feel shitty. Like, if somebody makes fun of me for being fat versus me being like Jewish, one's gonna hurt my feelings more. You know?
I get you.
I'm not Jewish. So it's like, it would be weird if I was there. It's weird if I was like, oh man, why'd he call me Jewish?
I think my whole thing is that I get sad when someone comes to me and tells me my opinion is wrong, or I'm filled with nostalgia glasses or whatever, because it's like,
or you say something about a video game and they're like, what about recording more episodes of the Pokemon?
No, I'm not talking about that. I genuinely get sad when someone goes out of their way to let me know,
to just be negative,
just to not just be negative, but like, the negative comments I don't mind, because the negative comments are coming from a place of not criticism, but of just it's almost like I'm being a politician saying something that upsets them and they want to like petition against me, right?
Yeah.
And that I'm fine with. If that's really how you think about an opinion of a video game and that's what matters to you, then I feel really bad for you, because that's something that sticks with you. What bums me out is someone, and it's not that it bums me out because like they have this opinion, but what bums me out is like, I used to like you, or I used to like your comment, or I used to like your content, but when you said that Yooka-Laylee was a great game and I spent my money and I was disappointed with it, I lose all respect for you. That to me is upsetting, because at the end of the day, an opinion is just an opinion.
Yeah, it's so fucking self-centered.
I'm not talking about like my stance on political stuff. I'm not talking about my stance on fast food. Like, I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about, hey, the whole point of the completionist at the end of the day, and this is the thing that I always stress to people when they ask, and somehow people don't understand why I'm so passionate about it. The point of the completionist is, hey, these are my opinions because I went through this extraneous task of completing this game.
Yeah, you're not sitting there like fucking a dictator, like, this game sucks! All of you should hate it, you know?
Well, the point of the show is that I want you to have your own opinion, and I'm informing you what my opinion is because I am a crazy person and put an enormous amount of time, effort, and respect into understanding why a game may be good or bad.
Yeah.
And I think that to me is what really bums me out, when someone's like, you are like, I used to like you, but XYZ because of your stance or opinion on something. That happens a lot in my top 10 videos, which is why I'm always like, these are just motherfucking opinions.
Yeah.
These are opinions from someone who put themselves through the ringer. And I'm not asking you to like my opinion. I'm not asking you to hate my opinion. I'm asking you to just listen to my opinion.
It's a fundamental misunderstanding what criticism is. It's a fundamental misunderstanding. Like criticism is not about.
Look at all these cool Pokemon I got.
It's not about influencing people. It's not about judging whether something is good or bad forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's about like doing something and reporting back and like applying your philosophy to it. And the reason people follow critics that they like, right, ostensibly, is because...
Sorry to cut you out, Alex.
Yeah.
Just to give you guys an idea, right now, I recognize that I'm actually missing a rod. I don't have any rods.
Right.
So I'm actually flying with Pidgeotto to
go
go
back and get the other
old
rod,
rod.
yeah.
So
And
I
I
can
just
catch a
switched-
magic card.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just switched out Flareon with Pidgey, because I want it to learn Fly.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
Like, the reason you follow somebody who's a critic that you like is because you tend to, like...
Gravitate towards...
You like the way they think.
Yeah.
Right? But it doesn't mean that they're the right... Like, you're not choosing who's right. Right? Like, there's plenty of people that... Like, I don't know. Like, I have a friend, right, who... Like, basically hates everything I like. You know?
Yeah.
Foods that I like, she hates. Movies that I like, she hates.
Then I found out that I could trade for a Farfetch on accident, so I go do that.
Yeah. But the point is, like, she's being honest and I'm being honest, and I think it's funny that she disagrees with me so much because I like the person so much. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's kind of just, like, funny. You know what I mean? Like, oh, no. Like, the worst it should ever get is, like, oh, no. Like, it's such a shame. I really enjoyed this game, man. Like, you know, like, that's where it should get to. But the fact that people go out of their way to be like, you're being punished for this by me, the genius who knows the truth about how video games are. You know what I mean? I don't like that way of thinking. And that's the same thing with when you tweet something out like, I'm just having a fun time playing this game. There's no reason that you need to be like, I think that game sucks.
Right. Well, I think that's that.
Like, why rain on someone's parade like that?
What I'm getting at is if, like, let's have those conversations.
Yeah,
right? I'm down
engage.
for the criticism. I'm down for it. But there's a fine line between criticism and like backhanded harassment with the means of not really explaining yourself, but so much as being like, you're a piece of shit now because what you said changed my view of you.
Yeah, it's so true. Like, it's so crazy. Like, okay, like, obviously, like, for example, hopefully where I'll feel this way, like, if there's like a celebrity, and I'm talking about like a real celebrity, not like me.
Sure.
You know? Like a AAA movie celebrity, right? And
Yeah.
and you see them eating dinner, you know. Hopefully, in your brain, you're like, I should wait till they're done eating if I want to ask them for an autograph or something. You know what I mean? I feel like
Chiding.
I feel like forcing people into a debate like that. I guess you're not forcing them, but like, if I like ran up to somebody and I was like, "This game sucks," like while they're having fun playing it, that's weird. You know, if I was like at a store and I saw somebody playing a game and they were having fun, I wouldn't be like, "You suck. This sucks."
I have a friend who loves gaming culture, who likes playing games, who really loves video games, but uses Reddit as their buyer's guide to everything. And so they'll go on Reddit, never playing these games,
Never try to form
their own opinion, and just kind of like takes the averages of what everyone says and then uses that as their perspective. And so we always get into debates about games, and within the first 2 minutes of talking to that person, I understand that no matter what I say, I'm not trying to change his opinion about what he thinks. I'm trying to have like an honest to truth conversation about those games.
We should be celebrating our differences in opinion.
Right.
You learn more that way.
Absolutely.
And
again,
forming our own opinions.
it's not about winning an argument. I don't want to feel good or feel better knowing that I changed someone's opinion. I don't even want to do that for my show. What I'm trying to do is have a good conversation, and that to me is the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
But when someone has that, this is me, I think, evolving the Nidorino.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm
you
trying-
get your enough Pokemon after this.
And I'm trying to salvage my Flareon by teaching it dig, but
Well, it has high attack.
Huh?
It has high attack.
Yeah. I mean, that was the thought, but we're just like trying to make, like, it should have a fire move. You know what I mean?
Right. It doesn't earn anything until 30-something.
Yeah.
And it's like fire
and I'm
spin.
just like, not
that
useful.
tight-ass Nidoking sprite.
I love Nidoking.
But anyways, and I use it again for the Nidorina.
Fucking get Nidoqueen.
That's 2 right there. My point is that I understand that person and like how they think and what they want to do, and I'm not going to judge them for being that person. But what it does inform me is that I have to understand that that person. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying that they're awful for faking those things, but I had to recognize that they're going to just keep making those mistakes.
Yeah.
And if they're unwilling to have a calm, cool, and collective conversation about it,
I can't fucking fight this Ghastly with this Flareon because it has levitate, so
yeah,
I can't.
you can't touch it. If they're gonna be that way, then like I just prefer not to talk about anything with that person because we're gonna have like it's gonna be the same conversation over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like I think The Last Jedi was fun. I didn't like it. Why? Well, because Reddit says this, and that's my opinion. And it's like, did you watch the movie? No, I didn't. But, or I did, and I agree.
Why would I
and
bother if it XYZ?
Right, and it's like, okay, well, that's the thing. I am the person, and I kid you not, I get made fun of a lot for doing this. I see bad movies.
Yeah.
I play bad games.
Yeah.
I do it not because I'm trying to like be like, oh man, it sucks. I'm trying to do it because I want to make sure that my perception of what is being ingested is actually different from what I feel.
Yeah, and I know that's how I know Gerard's opinions are his own, is because there's so many movies that are so popularly hated, you know, or like that, like you're just like, no, it's like pretty good, and here's why, and I'm like, I can't disagree with that. You know what I mean?
I saw we were on a plane back from ETS UConn, and I watched Happy Death Day on the plane.
Ooh, yeah.
It was a great time. I was like laughing at it. It wasn't too serious. It like knew what it was.
Yeah.
At the end, they had a fun joke about Groundhog's Day, and I was like, that was a good movie. Like I had a good time.
That's what Ted and I were with that movie too. We're like, yeah, we actually really enjoyed it.
But like, I know the Rotten Tomatoes score is low. I know that everyone who saw it that it was a piece of shit, and that's fine. The point is that make your own opinions. Trust those who you want to trust, but don't put your faith into their opinions. Like, put your faith in yourself, and that to me is the most important thing.
Here's me
I'm not trying to sell you a copy of Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to share with you what I think about the game.
Yeah.
And you can disagree with me, you can fight with me, you can do all that stuff, but just don't attack me
Executor!
personally. Don't go out of your way to make me feel bad, because I'm not going out of my way to make you feel that your opinion is wrong. I'm sure in earlier episodes I said contradictory things.
It doesn't matter.
That do that.
People
But, like,
change.
people change. People grow. I feel like I'm losing my voice talking about this, so I'm going to shut the fuck up now.
I literally can't fight this Ghastly.
So you're going back to Silphco because
I'm trying to
not
get this,
Silphco.
I'm just trying to do this little
Marowak
thing.
shit.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just doing this thing.
It's so bright.
I just want to also just
Yeah, I have to
before
lower
we,
Alex's brightness for
before we move on,
Oh yeah, your episodes.
it's
Your
just
screen is so bright compared to mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I lower the brightness every time.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That must be a setting on the retro we need to fix.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, I just before we move on from this topic real quick.
Sure.
I just-
This started a long conversation.
I just want to address another thing that is probably going to happen now that we're talking about this,
Sure.
which is that people always like to bring money into this conversation.
Oh right, because we get paid for do brand deals.
No, not even just that. Like, you know, they're like, well, some of us can't afford to just like buy whatever game, yada
True.
yada yada, because we have to make our money count, make sure we're getting a good game. So how can we do that? You know, and look, I don't care about that. Like, I don't think that's a dumb way to think, right? Like, you do need to like spend money wisely, which we all do, you know.
Yeah.
But number one, that doesn't give you the right to go around talking shit about games that you haven't played. Okay, number one, because you still haven't played them. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And number two, like, that's not the same argument. Like, the money thing has nothing to do with whether or not the games are good. Like,
Sure.
if you need a shortcut to help you save money and like try and minimize the possibility that you're buying a game you're not going to enjoy, great. That's fine. But you can't bring that into my argument about criticizing all games equally.
What are you laughing at, Chris?
Flareon just got bizzle bot by Boomerang.
I hate this Flareon. I like Flareon as a Pokemon. Not right now.
You hate your
I hate my Flareon because look, I had to bring in Daddy and have him just turn him off. Yeah. I had to bring Papa Bear in.
Just like one shot it.
Yeah, I critted it. Insult to injury. But that's what I'm saying is like, I acknowledge the money thing and like, I don't have a lot of money, just like to be clear again, like we always talk about this. I'm not just like buying every video game, just to be clear.
Yeah, I understand. You're not like trying to be like, just buy everything, it'll be fine.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, by all means, try and find games that you're going to like. That's what you should be doing. That's what I do. But like, it's not a waste of money to me when I find out a game's bad because I experienced it anyway. And good experiences and bad experiences are just as valuable.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not telling you to buy bad games either. I'm just saying, if you're trying to cherry pick games based on your preferences, don't say that games that you didn't buy are bad because you didn't fucking play them. You can say I heard it was bad, but you can't talk shit on that game.
You can say I heard it was bad. You can say that's why I'm not going to buy it. Because you've been informed by a decision of someone you watch or care about, whatever it may be.
But don't come talk shit to me
about it.
about
There's no need to like spread the news about it until you've played it.
Especially if I'm just saying I liked it.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's no reason to like come back at me with that game sucks, especially if you haven't played it just because you didn't buy it. You see what I'm saying?
Well, and again, we're talking about personal preferences and experiences, and I think that to me is the most important thing. Is that
it's an ongoing discussion. We're never going to decide finally, like, you know what? You're right.
Even us having this conversation today, we will get flack for it, not because of the conversation, but because, like, there is no right or wrong answer.
We're never going to get to a point
no right or wrong
where
answer.
Every gamer together is all going to be like, all right, and finally, Breath of the Wild is an 8 out of 10. We all decided. That's the final score.
Right.
You know, that's why...
Unpopular opinion, I don't like Breath of the Wild. You know what I mean? That's not true. But, like, there are means of this stuff. You know what I mean? Looks like this is where we take a break. We're starting to take a break.
Yeah.
We're wrapping things up.
The point is, we're never going to say whether or not a game's good. So let's just try and keep the conversation going and don't just be a shithead.
I think it's important to just have the conversation.
Yeah, it's good.
It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be bad. Just having the conversation and not attacking others during that conversation for their point of view.
And I know this sounds repetitive, right? Yeah. I know this sounds like something we talk about a lot on the show, but it still happens every time. It still happens to me on the internet all the time.
The way that I perceive myself through you guys, the audience, is so fascinating because there's so many things that are different.
And please remember, I'm not talking to you specifically. I'm talking to everybody. You can hear me. So
anyways, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
We are the best. I feel good. Let's go. I'm feeling great. I meant the opposite of that. Bye.